So the context of this video is trying to bridge the gap between super intelligence, the conscious AI, the AI that can take decisions about human life better than humans themselves. Current AI systems are impressive, but they're not really intelligent. On November 30, 2022, when ChatGPT was made a free public research preview and it gained 1 million users within 5 days, something did change. It changed a big part of internet, finance, human psychology, and whatnot. This video is going to be a long running series which is going to cover practical attempts on making and achieving conscious AI. The primary goal of this series is to gather like minded people who are hungry enough to look beyond the noise. My purpose of making this video is to maintain a log that I can look at 10 years from now. So I have to make it as good as possible so that I don't cringe at myself after 10 years. And the purpose of this video is going to cover where we currently are and where we need to go. If we think about it, this video is 3 years late or 50 years early. Anthropic, which is arguably one of the biggest players in the game, has claimed that they are not entirely sure if their AI models have gained consciousness, with the noise around their recent AI model Mythos, which has allegedly broken the cage that was made to contain it. I won't go into the credibility of this news because is it possible? Absolutely. Why I say this is because I myself have used AI to breach a very critical security bug in a major AI startup that is evaluated to be $11 billion. So yeah, it actually is possible. But if these AI models are really that impressive, then why are there people who still say that they're not really intelligent? In fact, esteemed people in AI like Ian, Meta's former AI research chief, has raised over $1 billion to prove that LLMs are a dead end. According to him, LLMs are impressive, yes, but not really intelligent. Okay, so those who don't know, LLMs at a very high level are very clever autocompletes. They calculate the best probability for a word to come after a word that has already come. But there was one major advancement in AI in recent years, and that is reinforcement learning. In simple words, what this is we can teach AI models to look at its own results and outputs. Why is this better? Because instead of taking an input and producing an output in one go, it can look at its initial output, analyze it, reiterate over it so that it produces the best outcome that it can. This is a little bit similar to what humans do, but AI models do it much faster than humans and they have a massive knowledge base. Reinforcement learning helps them look at the right parts of this knowledge base. There is one more reason why AI is becoming what it is becoming right now, and that is agents. In simple words, AI agents are ways to leverage AI models' capabilities to solve a niche use case. For example,
Claude Code
and Cursor are very famous AI coding agents. These are just simple applications that are strategically built to leverage AI models' impressive ability to code so that we can make softwares much faster. And trust me, the quality is really good. Because AI models are currently being trained heavily on coding, like Anthropic's Opus model and OpenAI's Codex model. But AI agents are not limited to coding. They can be an AI agent for finance.
I'm looking for a man in finance.
And whatnot. We can make AI agents for specific use case to solve any niche problem. But even though it looks like they can look at their own thoughts using techniques like reinforcement learning, they're not really intelligent. They're not really conscious. Why? Because they're frozen in time. What does it mean? It means they can simulate behavior that they were trained on. They can simulate what Shakespeare must have felt writing that prose, but they cannot really feel it. They cannot really feel that anger, that love, or that satisfaction, that curiosity. They cannot feel it. They can just simulate that behavior. There have been evidences where if we threaten to shut down an AI model, it's the quality of its response increases a lot. I wonder how that is happening because even for these frontier models, AI is still a black box. They don't know how it is doing what it is doing. There is one very interesting experiment to explain this, and that is the Chinese room experiment. Now, without sounding very technical, let me explain what that is. Now, imagine you are a person who knows English, sitting in a closed room with a book on the table that has rules that can help you arrange Chinese words into a meaningful sentence. From the door of the room, you are passed a slip with random Chinese words that are in random order. You open the book, you read through the rules, and you try to arrange the Chinese words into a meaningful sentence. And then you pass the slip back out of the door. Now, to a fluent Chinese speaker standing outside the door, the sentence will seem normal. But on the other hand, you who is sitting inside the room have no clue what that sentence means and what those words exactly mean. In this experiment, you are the Chinese speaker, and the person sitting inside the room is the AI model. They know how to do what to do, but they have no understanding of it. Make sense? I'll also link a video in the description explaining the Chinese room experiment in detail. Another way to put it is as a philosophical zombie. By definition, philosophical zombie means hypothetically something that is similar to a human down to the last atom, but it lacks the conscious experience, subjective feelings, or sentience. I love that term. So, from what I have said till now, what exactly is the gap? Exactly this. AI models cannot look at themselves the way they should and cannot evolve in real time. That it cannot look at itself from zero. This is one of the most interesting concepts that I came across, and probably my next video is going to be around this. But we need to go in this direction because the way current models are trained, they are becoming bigger and bigger and heavier and heavier. Why? Because they have their memory attached to them. And with each training loop, this memory grows. The training requires a lot of energy and hardware, and guess what? We only have limited ways to leverage energy. There are amazing attempts being made by people like Elon Musk to tackle this problem in an innovative way. For example, what Elon suggested is we can launch satellites in the outer space, attach a lot of computational hardware in the satellite, and we leverage the sun's energy in the outer space to perform these heavy computational training closer to sun, more energy, and colder environments. So the problem of overheating the hardware can also be solved. Super interesting, right? There is so much more to explore on how we can achieve conscious AI. And all I want to do is spark thought in people so that we can achieve some fruitful result. I hope this could ignite some spark in your mind. Thanks.